Are you ready to leave your past in the dust and to make some big, bold moves in January? Thank you for joining me live and, of course, on the replay. Wherever you're catching this, let me know you're here so that I can send love and answer any questions that you might have. My name is Cindy Van Arnhem. I am a master numerologist. I am a wealth activator, but most of all, I am a possibilitarian. And I work with healers, coaches, and spiritual teachers to help them experience financial success and a life full of adventure and play without the hustle, without the grind, and without the struggle. So just like we can predict the weather, so too can we predict the energy that we'll be experiencing in the time ahead so that we can leverage that to our advantage and use that energy to support us as we grow and make changes in our businesses. So let's take a look at January 2022. Oh my gosh, so close, I can taste it. Let's dive in. So I've got lots of notes. There's a lot of energy. We've got 3 moons coming in. And so there's a lot to pay attention to. And we also have Mercury Retrograde. So we are moving into a 6 energy year. The 6 energy year wants us to deepen our purpose. It's going to start showing us some evidence and results of the things we've been changing and shifting. We've all been wanting to see change, something different, something that shows us that there is hope. And that is coming in 2022. Now, there are going to be some things that rise up that maybe don't feel hopeful, but that's okay. Just don't look that way. There's nothing wrong. Everything is shifting and changing as it should, based on universal law, the law of divine timing, and collective humanity evolving, changing, shifting, coming into a place of unity. And so with that, spend time creating the life of your dreams, feeling what it feels like to live a life fully lived. No more suffering, no more strife, no more struggle, no more hustle, just loving and playing and creating and living a life that is beyond your imagination. Focus there. You may find yourself in all of 2022 inspired to move or redecorate or change location. That's highly likely. The 6 wants to show us that there is evidence of the internal shift that we've been doing for the last few years. So there may be in that evidence rising up things you don't love. Evidence rising up is nothing but a stepping stone to what you love. So here's the thing. We've got synchronicities and we've got triggers. They're exactly the same thing, except that we love synchronicities and we don't love triggers. They're still the same thing. They are feedback from the universe. So if you see and notice things and witness things that you love, gratitude, pour the fuel of gratitude on those. More, more, more. And when you see things you don't love them, accept them, and walk away. There is nothing wrong. You do not need to fight against. All you need to do is pivot, change direction, and go the other way. That's all we need to do. So January is a 7 energy month in a 6 energy year. So we come into January with this inspired action, this fast movement forward, this change, this desire for a massive shift, and we can feel it coming in already. There is a gathering of all of our energy into laser focus. What do you want? And focus everything there. You see things you don't want, just brush them off. Just brush them off. Leave those things in the dust. They are in entropy. They will fall apart on their own. They do not need your help to fall apart. Focus on what you want. For those healers, coaches, spiritual teachers out there, focus on what you want to experience, how you want to create impact. What does it feel like? Do you work with groups? Are you working on private one-to-one? Are you playful? Are you serious? Are you creating massive impact? Are you wealthy? Are you just getting by? How do you want to experience it? And give yourself permission to feel it now. I wrote down this note today in a conversation I was having because it made so much sense to me. You have to have it before you can get it. So if it's money that you want to get, then have it first And what I mean by that is go within, into your heart, and ask yourself what it feels like to receive money. It feels playful. It feels like I'm floating down a river. It feels like bubbles and champagne, or it feels like a horse running through the field. What does it feel like to you? Feel that every day. And then watch the synchronicities. Watch the evidence show up. Money does not come to you from outside of you. Money flows through you and back to you based on your feeling, your vibrational state. So very important, laser focus. What do I want? And focus all of your attention on thinking and feeling what you want. That's the overall theme of January. If you're looking for answers outside of yourself, you are going to be disappointed. If you are looking for solutions, or you think someone else is going to solve all your problems for you, you are going to be disappointed. If you are hoping that some beautiful political figure is going to come in and save the day, you are going to be disappointed. The only human that can choose how you will experience your life is you. Period. So let's get into some of the lunar cycles. Hello, Mitra. Oh my gosh, I hope you're coming to join us in January for Brain Game. I hope to see you there. I miss you too. Yes, live life full throttle. Absolutely. Until you don't. Sometimes you got to take the foot off the gas pedal. All right. So first, a big event in January that we have is a new moon, January 2nd, smack dab. First things first. We're diving into a new moon in Capricorn. And the theme of this moon is really to just fully believe in your dreams, that it's okay to want what I want, that I get to have what I want, that I get to experience it right here, right now, that I get to have all the things that I've ever dreamed of. Believe in your dreams. Believe in them. That new moon comes in on a 9 energy day with the Queen of Spades. There's a lot of movement happening. There we go, words. So there's a reawakening occurring of our higher purpose during this new moon. Now, a new moon, the moon is dark. And so we are not illuminating things. It's a time to go into the cave. It's a time to come into awareness, to spend time nurturing the seeds you're planting, nurturing those dreams that you have. And so even in the celebration of New Year's, whatever it is that you're choosing to do, give yourself some space, give yourself some time to go hermit for a little bit, to go into the cave and to nurture the seeds that you're choosing to plant. The seeds of wealth, the seeds of community, the seeds of connection, the seeds of coming together. That's another thing that the 2022 has in store for us, is the coming together, the community, the connection. Those are going to be top themes for all of 2022. So this is really about you coming to the bigger vision rather than the smaller pieces for this new moon. We have a tendency to, I have an idea. Now let's pick it all apart and reverse engineer it and figure out all the ways of how to do it. No, just let yourself have the big vision. It is not your job to know how. It is not your job to know how. All of those pieces of how that's going to unfold will come to you. They will be inspired. So for now, just dream and feel and think and let it be inside of you. Do that first. My camera's all blurry. There we go. Hopefully that helped. All right. So then we have Mercury Retrograde coming in on January 14th until February 4th. Now, poor little Mercury, he gets a bad rap. Mercury has a tendency, Mercury is all about communication, about thinking, about how we choose to express ourselves in the world. And so during Mercury Retrograde, it can feel like things slow down, which can feel like technology fails us. People stop using their signal lights. People get in fights. Kids stop communicating. Families have arguments because it's all about communication. So your intention for Mercury retrograde is to communicate clearly and succinctly and forgive those who may not recognize that. There's nothing wrong. It is a 3-week period of a proverbial taking the rock out of the shoe, noticing what you've been tolerating in your life and stopping for a minute on your trail and taking your shoe off and taking the damn rock out. It's really uncomfortable to walk with a rock in your shoe. I don't know if you've ever tried, but don't do it. Take the rock out. So Mercury retrograde is all about your money story in the beginning. The first piece of Mercury retrograde, the old story around your finances is likely to rise up, which can be very uncomfortable for some. Check out Money Mojo if you need some support with that. But this is really all about your money story and then how you express yourself in the world. Those two themes are going to be key during Mercury retrograde. First, your money story, and then how you choose to express. So if you're caught up in a story of, I need to make money, I need to get financial flow going, I need to put an offer out there so that I can sell something, so that I can get money. And so therefore, I'm going to go out and I'm going to show up in desperation and need. You're going to have a hard time selling your product or service. But if you come from this place of, I am wealth, I flow wealth through my body every single day. Wealth feels playful and bubbly and fun. And wealth is like this glass of champagne just bubbling over. And oh my gosh, I'm so inspired to do this thing. And so I'm going to go and share all of that with whoever wants to listen. And those who don't want to listen, excellent. Both are welcome. So that's all going to rise up during Mercury retrograde. Remember, money plus your purpose expression equals an up level in how you operate. So that's coming at the end of Mercury retrograde. Shift your money story, shift how you express yourself, take the rocks out of the shoe around your money story and your expression, and boom, up level. And we will shoot out of Mercury retrograde into February. But before we get to February, we've also got a full moon on January 17th in Cancer on a 6 energy day. And this is really about the dreams coming true. You know, the first couple of weeks of January are likely to be this CEO energy of, especially from that new moon, of balancing the beauty and the beast energy of, I've got so many things to do and there's 52 million things on my to-do list, but I'm so inspired to go here and do this, and all that other stuff can wait. That's being the CEO of your life, of feeling from the inside, of being inspired, of taking action from the place of inspiration, not from shoulds and obligations and ought tos. So really stepping into being the CEO of your life, and then coming into this full moon, a release and a recognition that beauty and brutality belong on this planet, in this universe. The beauty and the beast energy both belong. And if we are ever to come to a place of unity, of compassion, of kindness, of peace, then we need to recognize that the brutality has belonged from the very beginning. No matter what you're seeing outside of yourself in the news and mainstream media, forgive, accept. All things belong. We are all one. And in order to get to the place of peace and ease and compassion and kindness, we must forgive war. We must forgive brutality. We must forgive all the things that we don't want to look at. We don't have to fight against it. We don't have to rally against it. We don't have to get big groups together and talk about it. We can put our hands on our hearts and we can accept that we feel pain and agony around it. And we can accept the grief and we can choose to love it anyway. If you don't know how to do that, reach out. That's where Brain Game comes in. But this is all about an acceptance. There is a massive healing energy coming in on that full moon that will give us the ability to heal collective trauma and to come more into a creative flow, a creative energy where we're creating compassion, creating kindness, creating bliss and peace and ease. We do not create peace by fighting against war. We create peace by laser focusing on what peace feels like in our own body. Forgiveness is going to be key during that full moon. But wait, there's more. Then we have another new moon on January 31st. So our second new moon of the month and of the year, as we come into a new moon on the 31st in Aquarius on a 2 energy day, remembering that all the things falling apart, the endings, is the beginning of something new. This is where we leave the past in the dust and we walk away. We've been doing this all through the month of January, but this is where we truly leave it in the dust and let it go. This is about setting ourselves up for community and partnership, noticing the communities we've been in that we don't necessarily love so much, of saying goodbye to people that we don't want to spend time with anymore, communities that are no longer in alignment with our values, of recognizing that letting go of all of those communities and relationships makes space for what you really, really want. Noticing, recognizing that you have changed. The end of one connection opens you up to where you do belong. 2022 is all about belonging. So find the place where you do belong and start on the inside. I belong. I belong. I belong with wealth. I belong in communities that lift me up. I belong with mentors and coaches who inspire me and believe in me. I belong with my dream. I get to have my dream. And so therefore, I'm going to choose consciously to leave behind the places where I no longer belong. And I'm going to choose consciously the places where I do. And I'm going to actively seek those out. I'm going to join new communities. I'm going to join communities that are in alignment with what's most important to me. So it's a beautiful energy coming in January. I am so excited. It feels very fast paced. The 7 often is. The 7 is a very quick wildfire through everything. We've been waiting for this change and it is here. So remember, laser focus on what you want and inviting yourself to feel the feeling of having it now. So I hope that lands. I hope you have an incredible January. If you are having a hard time, if you are looking for support, if you're like, Cindy, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, this money thing, I don't get it, reach out. I am here to support you. I am here to help you. I believe in you. I love you, and I see your power. Bye for now.